Welcome to Divine Rhythm family. This is your big brother, beloved, and you gotta know I got another word for you today. And we're gonna be talking about the pause effect. Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about pause. We're gonna be talking about pause. Pause. We're gonna be talking about pause. What is pause in the first way? In the first place, beloved? Well, if you've ever been to rehab or any type of rehabilitation center, program, or facility that gives rehabilitation, because you don't have to go to rehab to get rehab, right? um Pause is post acute withdrawal syndrome, right? Pause is post acute withdrawal syndrome, right? This is basically just, it refers to a set of impairments that can persist for quite a bit of time, right? This could be weeks, months. I mean, there's studies that show it can last up to 6 months to even 24 months. We're talking a couple of years, right? That you could be dealing with pause. So, what are some of the most common effects of pause, right? We're talking irritability. You got sleep disturbance, you got issues with just coordination, stress sensitive, right? You got anxiety and panic, and these things are a result of after you actually stop smoking. See, a lot of times people use substance or partake in certain type of behaviors, right, to hide or to cope with, in other words, their anxiety, their stress. They don't use healthy habits or healthy coping mechanisms to go about meeting those same issues at hand. So, they started rising. They started rising. I know when I went to rehabilitation, I came across an older woman who spoke about being dry drunk, right? They're not taking any type of shots, but the way that she moved as if she was still already drunk, right? This we come across these type of individuals, right? And she was open about that. We come across these type of individuals because for such a long time they have been either drinking or partaking in substance abuse and things of that nature. So when they stop, they get back to emotions that they haven't dealt with for years. If you've been doing something for like 5, 6, 7 years, right, and you never got over the reason why you started smoking in the first place, that thing is going to come back. This is what we call the pause effect. And it's not just stress, it's not just anxiety. I'm talking foggy thinking, right? Trouble remembering, right? We got urges, cravings, of course, temptations, things of that nature that start coming up, right? Whenever you are experiencing pause effect. Now I commend you, because if you are even having these symptoms, you got to know, to me it's spiritual warfare. To me, it's spiritual warfare. Anything that is coming up against your commitment, right? To live a serious, sensible, sober life. When you have made the commitment, you got to know in the spirit, there's going to be things that pop up like cravings. Oh man, I know I should not be drinking right now, but everywhere I look, I see the wine bottle. Everywhere I look, I see vodka. Why do I see vodka trucks now? Why do I see Hennessy everywhere I see? You see what I'm saying? I think it's important for us to not be surprised when these things are happening, even biologically, right? You're gonna have cravings, you're gonna have thoughts and desires to want to go back to that lifestyle. Now, I've said this in many other videos, and I'm not saying many other videos, but I want to say a couple videos here where pause can be represented as your past, your past, right? You have your past, which is like calling you to your present, wanting you to go back there. And then you have your future, which is your conscious mind, which is, okay, I got a decision to make right now. Your future you, the better version of you, wanting you to get there, right? Pause is a part of that past. Pause is a part of that past. When it comes up, you get foggy in your thinking, right? It doesn't tell you all the bad things that happen. It only wants you to think about the good things. It's hard to remember the bad things that happen when Paul starts smacking you in your head. It's like, oh man, you had such a good time with your friends when you were lit. Now you don't even have friends to get lit with, to have a good time with. So pause is a part of that. It has you thinking irrationally, right? The urges, the cravings, the disturbance, right? Whenever you're sleeping, you wake up early in the morning, and for some reason you can't go back to sleep, or it's kind of hard to go back to sleep. Oh yeah, because usually you're either up, right? And your body is changing as well. So your sleep habits have been taken off a healthy track, and now you're trying to get it back on a healthy track after doing all of that you've been doing at nighttime, right? Whatever that is, addiction, staying up with any type of addiction. People get up and eat. People walk to the refrigerator and eat 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and still get up and eat at 7, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, you're eating throughout the night, the day, and then food can be an addiction as well. All type of things. I was just talking to my brother about even gaming. Gaming can be an addiction, right? People staying up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just gaming. Then they go to sleep and they wake back up when the sun's already up, and they hop back on the game, right? We don't have a healthy relationship with the things that you're doing. Anything too much is bad for you. Anything too much is bad for you. Anything excessive can become an addiction, and it can get in the way of you creating healthy habits in other parts of your life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, right? It throws off your sleep. So when we're speaking about those things, you got to know that you're also fatigued, right? You got to know that you got issues in a lot of different places, right? In a lot of different places. So when we're dealing with Paul's effect, right, and we're dealing with those temptations, and we're dealing with that type of spiritual warfare, how, beloved, can we overcome these type of effects? If I want to be committed, I want to stay sober, I want to take my health, my mental health serious, I want to take my physical health serious, I want to take my emotional health, and first and foremost, and not least at all, I want to take my spiritual health, right? Because this trickles down everywhere. How can I take all of these things serious so that I can live a more sensible, healthy life and lifestyle? First off, you got to identify the emotional triggers. You got to identify it, right? You have to identify it. Is it anger? Is that the reason why you drink? Are you angry? What's the root of that? Right? Identify it. You got to face things face to face. When you're dealing with things, you got to face them face to face, and don't be scared about it, right? You got to say, you know what? You are the reason. Maybe you got to be looking in the mirror. You are the reason. You are the reason I'm smoking, right? You're the reason I'm drinking. You're the reason why, right? And have enough confidence to say, I identify with that. It's because I'm angry. It's because I'm angry and I want to cool down. I'm smoking. It's because I'm angry. I want to drink. It's because I'm angry with so-and-so. This is the reason why I'm laying down with so-and-so. Right? What else? Emotional triggers. We're talking about boredom. Boredom can be a reason. I don't got nothing else to do but roll up a blunt. It's Friday. You don't got no job. You don't got nothing to do. You might as well get high. This is a like a cultural thing, right? This is something that a lot of people just accept because it was in a movie or in a song. Or I don't got nothing to do but smoke the blunt. I don't got nothing to do but get drunk. I don't got nothing to do but Netflix and chill, right? Boredom, right? An idle mind, right? When you don't got nothing in plan, nothing in mind to do, these things are the same reason you could find yourself partaking in self-sabotaging behavior and unhealthy habits. I mean, we're talking about loneliness as well. The only reason why you over there to Netflix and chill is because you don't want to Netflix by yourself and chill. The only reason why it's called a timeshare, right? It's called a timeshare. The only reason why you over there is because Ain't nobody at home with you. You don't got nobody for cuffing season, right? To lay down with. It's about to be cuffing season. So you got to know this is coming up. To lay down with. You're lonely. You want to watch that new Netflix, that new Stranger Things coming out, right? And you said, you know what? I don't want to do this by myself. So next thing you know, you invite people who also invite the things that they do when they step in and get into you, right? Everything that they bring everything when you invite them in. So if they out there drinking as much as they're drinking, they're going to want you to drink so everybody's comfortable. If they smoking, they want to ask, can we smoke in the living room? If they, all that's on their mind, right, is sex and laying down and playing games and things of that nature, that's what they want you to do. They want to Netflix and chill with you, right? So we got to identify those things. We got to identify the reason why. And what do we do next, beloved? All right. What we're going to do is set aside some time to meditate, to pray, and to enjoy some relaxation, right? To meditate, to pray, and to relax, right? This is called isolation. You got to be okay with being bored if it's healing you, right? You got to be okay with isolation, being lonely if it's healing you. Maybe it's a good idea to be by yourself when you're angry, right? When you're gathering your thoughts. Meditate on that. Meditate on positive things, pure things, right? Philippians 4:4. Keep these things on your mind, right? Think about these things, pure things, true things, right things, things that are praiseworthy, excellent things, right? Meditate on the word first and foremost, the truth, right? First and foremost, but keep these things in mind so that when you are meditating, when you are praying, when you are relaxing in the truth, relaxing in excellence, praiseworthy things, positive things, keeping your mind on things that are positive, right? This is just going to produce a higher energy frequency for you. So when you are experiencing that pause effect, set aside some time, right? Do this on a consistent basis where, hey, look, I am now going to pray throughout my day. Now I am going to set aside some time to meditate throughout my day. Now I am going to set aside some time to relax. Take myself away from things that are stressful. That are activating these stressors and that are causing effects in my life. So something to think about, something to do here if you believe that you're experiencing any type of pause effect. All right. And in addition to that, set aside some time to go to sleep as well. Sleep is always really good to help out with these type of effects, right? If you're setting aside some time to go about going to bed at a certain time, then you got to know this adds to that positive energy frequency that you're looking for, and it counteracts that pause effect. You're not waking up once you get on the right pattern. You're not waking up 2-3 o'clock in the morning going to the refrigerator trying to get that last little croissant, right? You're not waking up early in the morning, right? 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and you're just tired throughout your day, right? You're not doing those things. You got to maintain a regular, say, you know what, at 9 o'clock, I'm granddaddy. 9 o'clock, I'm laying it down. I'm grandmama. I am laying it down. I don't got nothing. If the sun ain't up, I ain't up. I'm down, right? If the moon up, I should be asleep, right? Right? Keep that in mind. Sleep helps out to counteract the pause effect, okay? Now, in addition to this, I think this is a given, but a lot of people are suffering from the pause effect and even other diseases like diabetes and cancer and things of that nature because of their eating habits, right? And when you don't have a healthy nutritious diet, then you're gonna find yourself unbalanced in a lot of different ways, right? As human beings, I think it's safe to say for a long period of time, we as humans have consumed for a larger period of time in human history and human experience history, right? in our eating habits, it's safe to say that we've consumed more vegetables and fruits in our lifetime than animals and processed foods and things that are made in factories, okay, chicken nuggets and things like that. So get yourself a nutritious plan. If you don't know any nutritionists, look up in your local area individuals who deal with diet plans so they can help you create a plan, or go online to create a plan. Or if you know anything about, okay, these certain type of foods that are going to be helping me out, I always stick to vegetables, fruits, tomatoes, celery, cucumbers, things of that nature. We talking kale. I got the spring mix, beans, fruit. We talking bananas. We're talking cherries, strawberries, blueberries, avocado. Think about what you're putting in your body so that that I am getting the best out of my body as well, right? I'm healthy physically. You got to be intentional with that as well. So anytime that you're dealing with these things, I think it's always good to always look at all the details and how I can go against this Paws effect, since I am deciding to be committed towards my sober life, my sensible life. You understand? To be sensible, excuse me. Since I'm being committed to these things, I should always keep these in mind, right? Got to identify what's going on. You got to set aside some time, right? To pray, to relax, to meditate, and maintain a sleep schedule. All right. We going to bed at a certain time, right? And last but not least, make sure that you're eating well. Make sure what you're putting in your body is benefiting your commitment, right? It aligns with your commitment. Oh man, family, you got to know I love this. I love this. God loves you. I love you. I want to say this before I go. You got to know we got another day above land. And I pray that you take grace, take care, and save space for love. See you next time.